Hello guys, this is Svetlana from Cosplay, and today we're going to solve one of the biggest mysteries in the cosplay community. And this is how to turn a 3D file into a Pepakura file, so you get patterns to create foam pieces which are lightweight and foldable and which you can put on your hat. And I use this for my Star Wars helmet and also for my Anthem helmet. So I got plenty of questions how this exactly works. So I thought I'm doing a detailed video tutorial about this. Benni actually does all of our 3D stuff, so he will start with the video and I will come back right afterwards. Before we actually getting started, did you already heard about my cosplay crafting books? This one is about foam armor making and it's full of helpful tips and tricks, just perfect for your very first foam armor project. And it's only available for $5 on cosplay.com. Buy my books. See ya!
Hi! So, to use this technique, you can either make your own 3D models or find some on the internet. To keep this video short, I just used this fancy helmet here from Destiny 2. It's a perfect little example to show you how to turn any 3D model into a nice foam pattern. So first, I downloaded the STL file from this handy website and then open it up in Blender. But what's this? Where is it? It's probably lost somewhere in the 3D space. To find it, I simply set the origin of the mesh to geometry and moved it to the center of the stage. And there it is. I just had to scale it down a bit. Much better. Now, to make things easier, I deleted half of it. Since the patterns will be mirrored later, we will only need one half anyway. Also, as you can see, the model had a few additional elements that I didn't really want, so I deleted these first. By the way, if you never used Blender before, I highly recommend checking out my beginner video first. Just click on the little info box on the top right to watch it. Now I cleaned up the model as best as I could, but as you can see, the mesh was kinda all over the place. Big pieces, little pieces, really complicated. For a good pattern though, it needs to be as simple and clean as possible. So here is a neat trick. First, I created a new plane and put it in front of my model. I also set the colors to random to make it easier to see. Second, I turned on snapping, face, project onto self and project individual elements. Third, I added the shrink wrap modifier with the helmet as my target and the mirror modifier to see both halves. And finally, I went to plane, viewport display and checked the in front box. I know this might sound complicated, but I promise you it's really easy. You see, after I did these few steps, I could simply draw over the original helmet shape by adding more points. The new model will stick to the old one like glue, and I could build this new shape as simple as I wanted. Cool, right? This process is called Retopology, and it's really useful. As you can see here in comparison, the new model I made is a lot cleaner than the old one. This will make things easier for us very soon. The only thing I had to do manually was to close the hole under the earpiece. Well, and done. Now I just had to scale the helmet to the right size to fit Svetlana. For this, I opened a 3D scan we have of her body, copy and pasted the helmet in there, and scaled it to the right size. If you also want to make a 3D model of yourself for free, go check out this cool video here. And finally, I just had to export my new helmet model as an OBJ file and open it in Pepakura Designer. Here I just had to make sure my scale and size were correct, and then clicked on Unfold. Since my own new model was super clean now, I could basically just print this one out as it is. I just made a few simple adjustments. So I printed everything out, cut it out and taped it together. Then it was time to hand it over to Svetlana, who would finally turn this into a foam pattern.
Yay! It's my turn again! Once Benni was done taping all parts together, I did a little fitting test. Looked good! Next, I thought about where to separate the paper dummy to get good foam patterns. I mostly just search for the biggest curves and try to place all cuts in the same direction. So here I started in the middle of the eye hole and made an extra section for the ear part. I guess it would make sense to add another cut here as well. For better orientation, I also placed these extra marks. Next, I cut along my new lines and got these 4 parts as a result. The helmet looked pretty massive in the reference, so I thought 10mm foam would work best here. I simply placed the pattern onto the material and traced my shapes onto it. To build an actual full helmet though, I also had to mirror each part for the other side. Now onwards to the cutting. I wanted to keep my blade sharp and ready, so I'm using my grinding stone every few minutes. Next, I simply followed all the lines with my box cutter and also used my X-Acto knife for some smaller sections. And these were all parts. As you can see in the reference, the beak has a sharp edge. To achieve this, I marked the area I had to adjust, put on my safety equipment, safety is important, and sanded down the edge on both sides of this part. Should be enough. Following this, I applied a thin layer of contact cement to all edges and, once it was dry, carefully connected everything piece by piece. It's really easy. Now I only had to put together left and right. The helmet does look a little too wide though. Doesn't fit so well, right? So I used a little trick here. I applied some glue to the inside and to a long 5mm foam piece. Then I just had to bend the helmet a bit and carefully place the foam piece to the right spot. With this, the bended curve was now set in stone, well, in foam, and my helmet got its final shape. Bokok! This video was super requested, so I hope it was helpful and we were able to answer all of your questions. If you still have any of them left, write us a comment below. Benny will answer all of them because I'm busy crafting. Also, let us know if you want to see any other tutorials on any other techniques or materials or whatever. And yeah, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, support us on Patreon, and see you very soon. Bye bye, buy my books. Buy my books. Ha!